Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Balls on Our Court podcast. Paul Mack is here, and I got a special guest because it's a very special occasion. So I'd like to welcome back the homie, Mr. Saul.
That's me. That is me. Solides.
That's right.
I don't know where I was
And
going with that. Sorry.
hey, and the reason why Mr. Saul is here is because it's a wonderful time of year. We are about a week away from the return of the NBA season, New York Knicks basketball, and the return of the greatest theme song of all time. So here we are. New York Knicks,
don't
man.
don't get this video taken off of YouTube because it got. I want to say it happened to the old show back in the day when it was John Q and I and you were on there a couple times with us over at Matador Sports back in the day. They flagged us for that.
You got a couple for the Biggie intro too. If you let it play long enough, you'll get one.
Oh, I know, intro. Man. It kills me, man. I can't believe
YouTube
it.
ain't playing.
No,
so get
no, not at all.
To be all right. It's okay.
Whatever. I told them, they do whatever they want.
Fuck it. But yeah, man, we're here, bro. New York basketball, brother. We made it.
New York basketball. We made it a whole nother year. I'll be 100% honest. I was so sad at the end of last season, not only just because of the way the Knicks lost in the Eastern Conference Finals, not only because of who they lost to in the Eastern Conference Finals, but just because, basketball was over. One of my favorite things to do, and shout out to my cousin Cito. Well, I call him Cito, but Alex. Shout out to Alex because he hooks it up with the ticket, and that's how I watch all these Knicks games. And my favorite thing about these Knicks games is not only when they win, but the halftime shows, my friend.
Oh, Saul's a big halftime show guy.
Oh, dude, it's ridiculous. They, they pick people from the crowd and whatever. They play these little not one-on-one games, but the shootout games or whatever. And I'd probably say 95% of them. Oh my goodness, it's comic relief. That's all it is. They have no jumper. They don't know how to lay the ball up.
You'll get one every once in a while, though.
I'll give you that. You will get one every once in a while. You get that one, and you get
the guy who hangs out at the YMCA on the weekends, and he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, the LA fitness baller.
He was a 2-star in high school. He knows what he's doing.
Dude, that's my dream is to watch a game. Well, I've seen the game in the Garden, but to be at the Garden and somehow get finagled into getting picked to to play the game on court.
Those
$750 easy, whatever.
Those halftime shows, like with just how like unathletic most of those fans are, it always reminds me of like baseball. How like they'll have like athletes and celebrities like throw a first pitch, and just how you've never seen an athlete look more unathletic than when they have to throw a baseball. I don't know why. It's the wildest thing to me. It's the wildest thing to me in the whole world.
You would be surprised by how many people just don't know how to throw a baseball. They just didn't grow up throwing baseball, throwing anything. I don't know. Not that it's like some life-saving skill.
I mean, was your dad not around? You didn't have a catch? What's going on?
Hey! I don't know. You never know, man. No, but yeah, it's I don't know. People just don't know how to throw. It's wild to me. Who was it? Was it 50 Cent that had a bad one?
Yeah, man.
Michael Johnson, I think, right? Olympian.
Yeah, it's just one of my favorite things. Whenever I find out like an athlete's throwing out a first pitch, I try to find it on YouTube right away.
It's bad.
And I was like, I'm better than that guy at something.
That's a good Monday feel good video. You know what I mean? Like you wake up on Monday, you're feeling a little low.
Sunday scaries are over, and you start your Monday like that. Yeah. Yeah,
exactly. That's perfect. That is perfect.
But no, man, I wanted to have you on for this, man, because you're my resident Knicks guy. I know New York sports has been tough on you the last few weeks, so we have a bright spot to talk about.
Well, the last 6 weeks.
Hey, man, look, listen. Speaking of athletic achievements, we threw for more yards than the Jets last week together. Congratulations.
Bro. I I thought it was a typo when I read that stat. By the way, I couldn't believe that. What was it, like -2 yards or something
Negative
or
10.
whatever?
Negative 10.
-10. That's what it was. Yeah.
He was sacked 9 times. Negative 10 yards.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
watching that. It was bad.
And your
Anyways,
Yankees had a good run, but they ran into a buzzsaw up in Toronto.
not good enough. And Toronto's running into a buzzsaw in Seattle, by the
Big
way, which
dumper,
is
baby. Big dumper.
the big dumper. I whatever, man. I good for him. I'm glad he hit all those homers. What did he have? What was his
60.
previous career? No, but before
Oh,
that, I think he's only had
I'm
like
not sure.
32. I
Yeah.
was looking this up the other day, and I'm like, Jesus, just doubled all of a
It's
sudden
just
what
one
he
of those.
did.
It's the year of small markets, man. We saw it in the NBA. We're seeing it in baseball now. Like it's an interesting thing, but a team that's not a small market is the New York Knicks. So
Mm,
let's dive in here and talk about recap last year. So the Knicks went 50-32.
yes,
Uh, so a hell of a season. Made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Tough, huge series win over Boston. Obviously,
huge,
Boston's
huge.
gonna put Boston's gonna put asterisks around it because Jason Tatum got hurt, but it was over long before that. It didn't really
Yep,
make a difference.
yep.
But that's just the world we live in. And then just a tough loss to the Indiana Pacers.
Mm.
Um, I just remember just being locked in watching those games and just we were tired, man. We
Tired,
were tired.
hurt, um,
Yeah.
overplayed for sure. But I don't. You know what? Let me take that away. I don't want to say overplayed. It's the playoffs. Uh, maybe it's like my maybe a little bit of my old school mentality, but you have to be ready for anything. But
And
anyways,
you're shortening the rotation in the postseason anyways. So
oh,
like
absolutely.
a team that naturally runs a shorter rotation,
Hmm.
but also too like they were hurt a large part of the season too. I mean, Mitchell Robinson was huge in the postseason. He didn't play
Yeah.
much in the regular season. So, we'll have that to look forward to this year. Just I mean the overall season. How do you take Eastern Conference Finals loss to the Indiana Pacers? How does that set up your outlook for 2025?
So obviously they made a huge change with the head coach. Um, if I mean we can start there. They fired Tibbs, so I was not on board with that firing. I'm not sure if we spoke about. I think we talked about it
We did, yeah.
before. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I just don't understand how you get rid of a coach that's led you somewhere that you have not been in 25 years. I get it though. Now, kind of, in retrospect, kind of looking back, it's like, all right, something had to change. It wasn't enough, and it's not on the players because we have a really talented roster, and we've definitely made some significant upgrades in the bench. I think over like campaign. We've got oh man, how come my mind's
Jordan
going blank
Clarkson.
now? Jordan Clarkson, thank you. Jeez
Hmm.
Louise. Shout out to Kev because my boy Kev likes him. He's Filipino. I know Jordan Clarkson's like half Filipino
Yeah,
or something.
he
So
is. Yeah,
shout out to that.
yep.
But yeah, no, we've got him. We've got Yabusele um, over, and he went to Miami. Um, and he sounded, man, oh my goodness, Paul, I'm the resident Nick fan here, and I can't even remember my power forward off the bench, his name.
Come on, Precious Achua.
No, no, yeah,
It's
Precious
Precious
Achua.
Achua. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Holy moly. Let's just edit. No, I'm kidding.
Ubaselli can stuff it a little bit too, man. He's solid.
So yeah, I mean he had a pretty good run. What was that little European tournament they were playing? Well, not little European tournament they were playing this summer, but
Or like
uh
the FIBA deal.
yeah, the FIBA deal. I mean, he had a pretty good run there with
He
France. I
played
mean,
well in the Olympics
even
too.
in the Olympics, yeah, he and with Philly last year, he was serviceable. I think he's going to take another step forward on the Knicks now with a. I don't want to say a different role, but it's going to be a little bit different role than what he played in Philly. Um, I don't know. I just think we like I said, we made upgrades on the bench. We're a little bit deeper now, and I still think we're in the 50-52 game range. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to be some astronomical jump to like a 60 win season or like even 57 or 58. Uh, and we should take the East. Whatever. I'm a homer, but honestly, when you really think about it, I mean, we can. I've been doing this all summer long. You know, ever since pretty much all these moves have been made and the coaches have been finalized. Milwaukee's got Giannis, which that's a whole other story. We'll probably get into that in a minute or two. Boston's hurt. Washington, give me a break. Charlotte, 6-7. All right. I like LaMelo, but you know what I'm saying? 6-7. But like I don't know. He can't stay healthy. Miami, they're always tough, but I don't see them anywhere in the top 4. Detroit's going to be pretty good, I think. Orlando, I think, will be about the same. I know everyone's going to say they're probably going to kill me for that, but Paolo is a generational type of player. He is. I just don't think it fits the Magic offense. I don't know if that makes any sense what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like I know they got a new offensive coach. And they brought him in. What's his name? Joe
Prenti?
Prunty.
Joe Prenti?
Yeah,
Yep.
they brought in Joe Prunty. 27 years in the league as an assistant for a reason. I don't know if that'd be something I'd be tooting my own horn. And I'm giving a shout out to the gentleman that was on the pod with Cortez doing their little Magic review. And I kind of caught a snippet of that. And I just kind of chuckled to myself a little because I get what they're trying to say, but I don't think the Magic are going to be any better or any worse. So the Knicks should run away with the East. And then the playoffs, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So just before we get too far ahead, I do want to just kind of backtrack a minute. So Coach Tibbs, Tom Thibodeau, was 226 in 174.
Yeah.
What do you have? Four playoff appearances in
Mhm.
5 years. A 57% win percentage. But I guess you know how the NBA is and how sports are. Someone has to be the scapegoat. So unfortunately for Coach Tibbs, he was that guy. Um, and there was a lot of discourse on the players wanted him gone, they didn't want him gone, they weren't answering questions. You know how that stuff goes. But it's a business.
Yeah, those were
I'm very grateful for everything that
crazy
Coach Tibbs
stories
did.
too.
I'm very grateful for all that Coach Tibbs did for us. Um, some really good seasons, and he set us up for a really bright future. So I mean, hats off to Coach Tibbs, but he's gone now, and they bring in Mike Brown, a guy who has seemingly been around the league.
Mm-hmm.
Coach LeBron got booted. Most recently was in Sacramento. He's a guy he's a real outspoken kind of guy. He gets into it with his players a little bit, which you got to kind of like the fire. But it didn't work out with De'Aaron Fox, cost him his job in Sacramento. Um, Luckily, I think the Knicks don't have a lot of egos that he's gonna have to worry about. I mean, most even their for their stars, like even like Brunson and even like Cat, they're not. Yeah, I think it should be okay. But I just defensive minded coach, just a guy with a great track record. I mean, he's won Coach of the Year a couple times. So I mean, he should slide in with the pieces that we have. I feel like he's kind of put together a team that fits his scheme. So I think that's something to look forward to. But I mean, how do you feel about Coach Mike Brown
Oh, Coach Mike
with
Brown.
who was
Yeah.
available that they were trying? Obviously, there was a lot of names thrown out there trying to get Jason Kidd, a
Yeah,
couple other
Mike
guys.
Malone, I
Yeah,
thought might have been one since Denver let him go. I'm still unsure about that, and we got to find out why no one even tried to pick up Mike Malone. Um, yeah, we'll see. I want to say it could be one of those changes that kind of reignites something within the players. You know what I mean? A sense of excitement now that they don't have Tibbs running them into the ground, right? A whole new offense they got to learn. Maybe it's a little bit faster for them. I was watching the preseason game when they were over in like what was it, Dubai? They were playing Philly,
Hmm.
and I mean it looked good. Transition offense looked good. Obviously, they still have a lot of things to work out, I think, but um, somebody like Jalen Brunson leading your team and that kind of high IQ, high basketball IQ that he's got, I think I think we're going to be all right. What I'm worried about is do we have enough bigs? Um, Mike Brown, I think, is going to play with the idea of starting Cat and Mitch. Let's say he does that, but who do we have then coming off the bench really to do? Do we have enough bigs? Is Huck Porty going to be on the roster? Is he still on like the two-way contract or whatever that he was on the G League team, kind of? Um, do we have enough bigs? But I think Mike Brown will be able to figure that out. He is a defensive coach, so I don't think we're going to lose too much of that identity. Um, like we had last year. I mean, defense is the reason we beat Boston. So I think we'll be all right there. Um, but we'll see. Do you think Mike Brown's a player's coach? You know what I mean? I feel like he's kind of there. Maybe not as young. I like the rest of our staff. I like Mo Cheeks. I like that he kept Mo Cheeks. He kept Rick Brunson. Um, I don't know if all the players are okay with that or not. I was kind of hearing the same thing about Rick Brunson kind of being on the outs with when Tibbs was fired. But I don't know. Like I haven't heard what do you think about Mike Brown?
I mean, like I said, I mean the guy has a proven track record. I mean, he's coached some really good teams. It just seems like his demise is he tends to get into it with the star of the team.
Hmm.
Like I said, LeBron cost him
Well,
his job.
they let Fox. They
De'Aaron Fox
traded
cost him his
Fox to
job.
the Spurs too, though. You know what I mean? Like they got rid of they
Yeah,
fired Coach Brown. I like what he was doing with that team in Sacramento. Um, Completely different team than the Knicks.
yeah.
So
I think it's
yeah.
hard too with like Sacramento because they're a young team. So I think when you don't have like veteran leadership, like your coach has to be that
Yeah.
guy. Like you have to be able to take it from the coach, and I just think that like De'Aaron Fox and those guys just couldn't take it from him, and he felt some type of way. He was he was kind of taking shots at him during press conferences and kind of calling him out a little bit, and
Hmm.
you know how that goes. You got to protect the star player who you end up trading anyway. But Mike Brown's just one of those guys, man. Whenever he's on the market, he doesn't stay on the market for very long. So if the Knicks didn't get him, I'm sure somebody else would have. So I mean, I'm interested to see. I mean, they said if Mike Malone, I thought for sure that was a done deal, but I guess not. No one seems to want to hire that guy for some reason. I don't know what Denver did to him. I don't know what
Yeah.
weird banishment like Jokic put on him or whatever. But that guy just the fact he doesn't have a job is crazy to me. Um, and
I mean, he's on ESPN. It's not
yeah,
too
I
bad.
guess
Whatever.
yeah,
He's on a
he's
mic.
been
I'll
all
take
right.
that.
Jason Kidd would have been interesting, but obviously, you know,
Dallas was not going to let
Dallas
him
was not
go.
letting him
Yeah.
go, bringing
No.
in knowing they were going to get Cooper Flag and for his development they weren't going to let him go.
Yeah.
So you take the best available, I think, and uh, to get a veteran coach to replace a veteran coach is, I think, it shows kind of where the Knicks are at. They're not making any kind of rash decisions. They're not trying to just bring in a guy for whatever reason. I mean, he's a
Yeah.
proven coach. I mean, he's been on some great staffs. He's coached some great all time great players. So I mean, from a coaching standpoint, I feel like our staff is really strong.
Hmm.
Uh, and he's a guy where he runs a rotation. So like you were talking about, like with running two bigs, I feel like it's going to be one of those situations where we're going to use Ubaseli a lot. I think it's one of those where he might start Cat and Mitch, but then it'll always be like Cat and Ubaseli, Mitch and Ubaseli, and then you'll bring Cat and Mitch in at those like tougher situations, but they won't really play a lot together unless they absolutely have to. They'll
Hmm.
probably start the first half, start the second half, and then end the game, which will give them a lot of run, a lot of rest. Um, but you know, but yeah, I'm cool with Mike Brown. We'll see what happens, but my man's got to catch a break some point, man. That guy's just I just seen him get fired for all the wrong reasons too many times, and
Yeah.
the fact that he keeps out there trying is, kudos to him. But all right, man. Next up, we got a lot of the off season moves.
Hmm.
So you mentioned a few of them earlier. So what do you think is the most important off season move? Obviously, you have they restructured they re-signed Mikal Bridges' contract to another
Yep.
4 year extension. They brought in Jordan Clarkson.
Yep.
You brought in Ubaselli,
Malcolm Brogdon.
Malcolm Brogdon. Yep.
Yep. They re-signed Shamit as well. I like Landry Shamit. I really like the moves that they made. I liked Malcolm Brogdon back when he was playing. I mean, what for the Bucks? I think he was playing uh, for the Celtics. He's been around,
Yes.
but he's a really good player when he's healthy. The guy's a very smart player. And I think he's going to bring a different kind of dynamic on the floor, kind of backing up Jalen Brunson when we've got him running the point. He's also a bigger guard. So I think it's going to be interesting. But Jordan Clarkson's going to be that guy that we need. I think that was part of the issue last year. We've got guys that can light it up, but do we have guys that can light it up consistently coming off the bench? And for a second there, we kind of thought Campaign was going to be that guy. Then Shamit showed had a game or two during the playoffs where he kind of came off the bench and lit it up for us. We kind of needed that spark, but we didn't have anybody consistent enough. Miles McBride is the other guy that I think of that should be taking a next step. I'm scared that uh, we might trade him. There are some rumblings that I've been reading about and seeing. Um, and to be honest with you, I think a player like him, not to get off track, is the kind of player that the Magic could use. But that's all I'm going to say about that. I think if they had a Miles McBride, then I'd be like, oh, you know what, this is going to be interesting. But they don't have a point guard yet. I don't care if Tyus Jones is on the team or not. But anyways, yeah, I'm really excited for Jordan Clarkson. And I know he wanted to be there in New York, so we're gonna see what happens. He's won Six Man of the Year before, and he's just a proven scorer. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun watching these guys play.
That's kind of my one concern is like there's a lot of potential offense on the bench,
Hmm.
and you have to worry about if that's going to be a sacrifice in defense, how
I
that's going to
see.
change the rotation. Like just because Jordan Clarkson,
All right.
microwave on the bench, he'll come
Yeah,
in just light it up. Deuce McBride's a great defender for his size.
Deuce
I think
McBride's a great
that's where he
defender.
fits in.
Yeah, Buselli's a great
Yabusele's a great
defender.
defender.
So I'm not too worried about, like I said, I'm not worried about the defensive end. I think I mentioned that earlier, even coming off the bench. Because if we do start Mitch and Cat, then Josh Hart's coming off the bench. And to be honest with you, he's another great defender. So, regardless, the interchangeable parts that we have, I don't think we're going to be losing too much on defense. Um, except for the bigs thing. I think
Yeah,
we
bigs
need
are
another
yeah.
7-footer. That's going to be tough. But
You can get
yeah.
by with it in the East, I think,
Hmm.
but when you start playing those Western Conference teams, it gets a little tough.
Yeah, there's some big teams out there. Pause. I don't know if that deserves a pause or not, but there's some
Yeah.
big
Well,
dudes out
that's
there.
the thing.
Pause.
That's the thing too. Is like if you bring Josh Hart off the bench, that's probably best case scenario because then you kind of still can have one or two of those wing defenders on the floor at all times.
Hmm.
I think, and obviously Josh Hart's rebounding is second to none for that team for his
Yeah,
size.
yeah,
He's a break starter, and in a Mike Brown offense where I think he wants to kind of set up the tempo a little bit more. I think you're going to see that's going to be huge for them is crashing the boards. I mean, Mikal Bridges could rebound, Josh Hart could rebound. Obviously, Cat and Mitch can rebound. Ubaselli could rebound. So
yeah,
they have some good rebounding. So I think that's a thing too. And that's kind of what won them a lot of their games in the playoffs was second chance points.
yeah,
They're very aggressive around the rim. and they're going to be even more aggressive now with some of the guys they've added. So, um, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see because like they're a deeper team now. So like, there's no reason not to have a pretty solid rotation
Yeah.
to start the season off to keep Brunson and Cat and Mitch and those guys
Fresh.
fresh.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I like those additions. You know, I like. Yeah, Buscelli's going to bring that toughness. I think that uh, people were saying we kind of lacked last year compared to the season before with DiVincenzo and Randall there. Um, you know, because I could see that. You know, and now with a Yabusele down on the post, um, you know, I think it does bring a little bit of that interior toughness inside. You protect Cat a little bit. Cat slimmed down. You know, he's trying to play the four. Uh, so we'll see. I mean, that's going to be a crazy stretch four if that's where we got him at. That's going to be
Especially
wild.
if he can get up and down the court too.
Oh yeah, if he can get up and down the court, which he does, he runs the floor. You know what I mean? So I'm not too worried about that. We have good shooters. That's another thing we haven't lost. We didn't lose anything shooting wise. You know what I mean? Our guys can still shoot. Uh, so I think we're going to be all right. We're going to spread the floor, and if we go with that kind of starting lineup where we got Mitch at the 5 and then you got Cat at the 4, like good luck. Mitch at the 5, Cat at the 4, OG at 3, Bridges at 2, and Brunson at 1.
Bridges is a long. That's a long two, bro. Bridges
That's
is a long two.
that's I mean, you know, Brunson's a liability on defense only because of his size, but he's still tough.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows how to play defense. He gets in the right position because he's always, you know, top 2 guys leading the league in charges, you know, in getting charges. So hey, that's a turnover. That's playing defense. You get the ball back. That wins for me. I think we're going to be
True.
pretty
Yeah.
solid on that end. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think like that was the one thing I noticed last year compared to the year before is like regardless of if production wise, regardless of if like McCall and Cat kind of equaled DiVincenzo and Randall, like there was still like a toughness thing that was missing. Like those guys were
Hmm.
just tenacious. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like those guys are gonna get in your face, chest to chest. Like,
Jordan
you know what I
Clarkson's
mean?
always got his elbows up. I'm ready.
That's what
You
I'm
know what I
saying. Yeah.
mean?
So like so you brought in some tough guys that like
Yeah.
are going to be there to keep Brunson, to protect Cat. Like you want to go after those guys, you want to foul them hard. Like you got some guys that are going to come at you now. So like that's kind of back to where they were a couple years ago. So I think
Hmm.
like it took them a year, but like you know we're in year 2 of Cat, we're in year 2 of Bridges. I think like these are two guys that in a new system. I just Bridges started off the season kind of terrible. I don't know. He's going through some stuff with his jump shot, whatever it was,
Yeah. Yeah. Last year. Yeah.
but I mean, but he figured it out in the playoffs. You know, he had some
Hmm.
big playoff games, and again, he's still a main reason why they brought him in was his defense because of his length and his ability to stretch the floor and shoot.
Yeah.
So long as he still does those two things, I think they'll be fine. You know, OG has really evolved as a knockdown 3-point shooter out of the corner,
Hmm.
and he can get to the rim, boy. I tell you what, he's my man's aggressive. My man's aggressive.
Listen, OG's a runaway freight train. Don't let him catch some steam.
Yeah, he's
He's like
going.
Juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, he's underrated in that aspect because when he wants to get down and drive down in the lane,
He's getting there.
yeah, he'll do it.
And then you can do about it. Yeah,
Yep.
but yeah, you still got Tyler Kolek second year, so we'll see if he plays any. See how
Yeah.
that goes. Another guy that I know the fans kind of wanted to see play a little bit, but just to spin back real quick before we move on about Malcolm Brogdon. So Malcolm Brogdon played 24 games last year, played about 24 minutes a game, and he averaged 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists in 24 minutes.
Hmm.
I mean, that's if you can give me that in 24 minutes, that's all I ask, man. You know what I mean? Limited time, making the most of your opportunities. Great rebounder for a guard. Great
He just
vision.
he just needs to stay healthy. That's
Yeah,
all. Because he's, you know, like I said, and I mentioned earlier Jalen Brunson maybe the liability on defense because of the size. Well, we've got Malcolm Brogdon, coming off the bench. He can help. I could see them, playing on the floor together as well. Just it, I think it's going to be a good fit, having these guys on the team, and I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue with them gelling together and just kind of playing a fluid offense. Hopefully, we'll get to see that right from the start. So,
Yeah, I just want to see how all these guys kind of play together. I want to see if like how healthy Brogdon is to start the season, like what that does to Deuce, obviously.
mhm.
Because I with some of these guys, man, like someone's role has to diminish a little bit. You know what I mean? And like I'd hate for it to be Deuce because he's just
Yeah, well, like I
done so
said,
much for
man,
us the last couple
yeah,
years.
I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him go. I don't want to see him get traded. You know what? Real quick, let me give a shout out to I think it is it Garrison Matthews. Let me just double check because
Yeah,
yeah, the Knicks signed him. Watch out for him. That's all I got to say. He's a shooter. I think he's gonna end up working his way into the rotation somehow. So
name like
I
Garrison, you
think
got to be a shooter, bro.
yeah, I think it's I think I think we're sitting pretty good. I think people are I don't know. I mean, it's the Knicks. People always want to hate the Knicks, right? What is it like Knicks for clicks or something? Everyone's always saying whatever
That's what they
corny
say.
phrase that
That's what they
is.
say. Yep,
But
that's what they say.
I don't know, man. Not this season. We'll see. We will see. What are you doing over there? Zooming in on you.
I'm trying to see. I'm doing a bunch of different things. I have like two different computers open, a bunch of screens. But like you're talking about before, there's now all of a sudden there's this whole thing coming out about
Oh,
Giannis.
Giannis, bro. Excuse me,
So
there,
Shams is
Giannis.
reporting there was a lot of interest in Giannis going to the Knicks.
So, have you seen who the players were that were involved in this potential trade? Do we know? Do we have this information?
The deal. Let's see.
Yeah,
Looks like it would have been a
like a three team
that's
three
the
team thing.
Pistons. That would have been a Pistons deal. Let me see. They have the Knicks here.
Yeah, because there's
I
it was
think it would
supposed
have
to be
been
like a
Detroit.
three team deal.
It would have been Detroit, Milwaukee, and the Knicks.
Yeah.
Looks like. Um, well, this is just showing this is just showing the Bucks and the Pistons. This isn't showing who the Knicks would have gave up. So, but either way, I mean, I could only imagine what they would have wanted for Giannis because they wanted a lot from Detroit. Like they wanted Jaden Ivey, Azur Thompson, some draft picks. Like
Mm.
I can only imagine what.
Mm.
There's no way the Knicks would have had the kind of capital to pull that off with the salary cap and you know contracts and we would have. I just don't know if he necessarily. I mean, is he great? Sure. I just don't know if he would have fit into what the Knicks are trying to do, though.
Oh, 100% yes. It just depends who. Who would we have given up? You know what I mean? And I hate thinking about this because I love my Knicks team right now so much, and I'm so excited to see them play this season. But I'm trying to think who would I give up for Giannis? Would I give up Cat for Giannis? Would you give up Cat for Giannis?
I'd give up Cap for Giannis.
Okay. Oof. All right. I don't know. I don't want to say yes or no because it depends. Because then I mean, you know, in my head, I'm thinking, all right, I'll give up Mitch Robinson. Uh, they're gonna want somebody, probably Mikal Bridges.
It's just making the contracts work,
You-
man.
I-
You ever do one of those like trade generator things? Like
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah, it's
it's so much easier in 2K to make a trade.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But like
Oh my goodness! Turn the
worrying about
salary
all
cap
this.
off.
Yeah, worried about all this second apron and cap penalties, and I mean we saw what it did to Boston in the offseason.
Yeah.
So it's just like I said, I just don't think the Knicks were in a situation where they needed Giannis. Like they've got so close last year.
Oh man,
That
I
just would have
don't
been
know.
a brash thing to
It's
do.
tough. It's tough to say that about an MVP who's still in his prime. Like Giannis is still in. Giannis is. Did you see Giannis's numbers last season?
Yeah,
Please do. I
yeah,
mean, like
yeah.
pull it up, pull it up. I'm telling you, his numbers were still crazy. So it's. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. Who would I give up for Giannis? I don't know. But right now, I like the team the way it's built. We can only beat ourselves. And then the West is going to be fun to see. I mean, the West is going to, somebody from the West is going to win the chip. The Thunder, I think the Thunder are probably going to run it back, honestly. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun season.
So this article says that Bleacher Report writer Andy Bailey suggests that a trade that would send Antetokounmpo to the Knicks would require Karl Anthony Towns and Dadiat,
Oh, really?
as
Dottie
well as a 28 first round pick and a 30 first round pick with a 2032 pick swap and then 7 second round picks.
Oh, my goodness. That's ridiculous.
But like it's basketball is one of those sports too, man. Like if the Knicks are going to be good for the foreseeable future, I mean, what good is draft picks? You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know. You know that
I mean,
to
they're going to
have
get late.
them.
They're going to get late draft picks. Obviously, they traded all
Yeah,
their first
they'll get
rounders away from Mikal Bridges, so they don't have any first rounders.
no, which is fine. I don't care about that. We're good.
Fuck them
I
picks.
am 100% okay with that Mikal Bridges deal. So whatever. People want to compare it to what. Listen. At least we didn't get. I mean, it wasn't like we got fleeced like that Luca deal. So I
Luka.
don't. I mean, whatever. You know what I mean. But then they turn around and give the Mavs the number one pick. So I guess, hey, it is what it is. Whatever. I
It
don't know.
is. It is what it is, bro.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see what happens. What happens? What's next? What's next? Some key dates
Yeah, man. So here
that we
we
got
are.
going
We're gonna
on.
go. I lost the schedule. Let me see.
It's all right. November 12th.
There it is.
Magic in the Garden. That's gonna be fun. I wish I could be there for that. Unfortunately, I'll probably be here my work schedule's insane. But then Orlando comes, or I'm sorry, then the Knicks come to Orlando the 22nd of November. So I mean, you're gonna see me there. Duh.
Duh. Yeah. So I
Yeah,
mean,
you kidding me?
they
Come on.
opened. They opened the year. They opened the year on the 22nd at home versus Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland's a team that people are still really high on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they kind of make their. Some people say they're a regular season team.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't had much to show for it in the playoffs. Obviously, they were completely falling apart in the postseason. Their team was
They were like the
gone. But
Hawks. They're like the Hawks that year that won like 60 something games and without Horford and all them. And then
but
just
that's what happens too, though. Is like when you're a team who stays healthy all season, like you're gonna fall apart at some point. And unfortunately, it was in the postseason. I mean, Mitchell got hurt. Evan Mobley was banged up. Darius Garland wasn't playing.
mhm.
Like it was rough for them. And like that's why like for me like I don't want to see anybody get hurt, but I'd rather our guys get hurt or miss early season and be healthier on the back half of the All Star break. Like I don't want to see guys start going down
Mm.
post All Star break because then it just makes things tough. And like Cleveland was healthy all year last year, and they were just running through everybody.
They're
Playoffs
just
hit,
soft. They're a soft
things
team,
got
man.
physical, and them boys just fell apart, bro.
Yeah. I hold no stock in Cleveland. They're good, like you said, they're a good regular season team. I love Donovan Mitchell. I really do like Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. Those guys are good. They're just soft bigs. I mean, and there's nothing you can do about that. They're gonna, either they're gonna get hurt or they're gonna flop, or they're not tough enough for the playoffs. So it is what it is. That's just Cleveland. That's why I mean, it'll be Cleveland, New York, Detroit. I think should be like Milwaukee. You know what I mean? Should be up there. That's what I'm thinking.
Tough little
But
opening stretch. I mean, obviously
yeah.
Boston's a much different team than we thought they would be coming into this year. So
Hmm.
after Cleveland, you're home against Cleveland, home against Boston, and then at Miami, at Milwaukee. Those are your first 4 games.
The Miami Milwaukee's are going to be tough. Miami's always a tough play. I mean, Eric Spoelstra's a good coach, like a really good coach. I don't think people give him his flowers on that. I know he just got named what head coach of the Olympic team, the U.S.
Mhm.
men's, and like deservedly so. But his teams, they're always well coached. They're disciplined. We can't poo poo Bam out of bio. You know what I mean? And did they make any? What big? Did they have any big offseason signings? I can't remember.
I don't really think so. I
You
know they got
know?
I know they got rid of Duncan Robinson. He went to Detroit.
Yeah, that's tough. Losing a shooter like that. He scared me.
Um,
I hated playing against him.
but I mean, you
Boy.
still got Tyler Hero, still got Bam
Yeah.
Adebayo, um, Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Oh, Scary
Good.
Terry's still on the team,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, he
when
is.
he's not missed games or being accused of gambling on himself.
Yeah. Hey, he's cleared. He's cleared of those charges. I'm almost positive that's what I
He
saw.
is, he is,
So,
yeah, he is, yeah, he
yeah,
is.
yeah. So
So
we're
is Malik Beasley too. Good for
yeah,
him.
wild. I
Good
didn't think
for
that
him.
one was gonna happen.
That
But
one, I didn't think that was
anyways,
going down. But yeah, I mean, it just that's the Heat are always a team where it's like Spo being their coach is just like having an extra guy on the floor at all times.
yeah,
Like they're running six guys against five.
yeah.
So I mean that's always a tough one. Then it gets a little easier after Milwaukee. You got a couple games versus Chicago. You got Washington. Uh, Minnesota's kind of sandwiched in there, but that's a home game, so you're not flying out to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Um, and then the first taste of Cooper Flag, November 19th.
I'm not. I mean, it's Dallas. It's. We'll see if Anthony Davis is healthy too. Still, to play in that game. Kyrie's out.
They said
Um,
Flag's going to be their point guard, bro.
that's just all. It's all like
It's
preseason talk, man. That's not.
it's all gimmick stuff.
Yeah,
It's
like
all
it
just
is. Give me a break. Like, let's be real about this. If people are falling for that, then you don't know basketball. That's all. There's no way they're gonna let Cooper Flag run point on that team. Like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. It's the NBA, like it's professionals. Please don't disrespect the league. Not you, but like anybody saying that, like don't disrespect the league by saying they're gonna let Cooper Flag run the point in Dallas. He didn't run the point in Duke. He didn't run the point in high school. What are you talking about? He's not Magic just because he's 6'9". I get it. He ain't 6'7". Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But anyways, no, it'll be fun. I think you you mentioned Boston, and that is, I know I'm poo pooing on them because Tatum's hurt and they lost Horford and Porzingis. Um, I still think they're gonna be tough.
Andrew Holiday.
Yeah, Andrew Holiday. Yeah,
That team just fire sale, bro.
listen, Pritchard is still pretty good, and I hate saying that. Um, Jalen Brown, it's going to be interesting to see. But Joe Mazzulla is a good coach. As much as he's a quack job, I think
He is a
personally, like,
fucking weirdo, bro.
dude, super weirdo. I think in like outside of the game, like on the streets, like public or personal Joe Mazzulla or whatever is a just a weirdo, just a nut job completely. I don't think I'd even want to like, uh,
Yeah,
I don't think
I
that's
wouldn't
something I
sit
wouldn't
next
want to
to
hang
him
out
at a
with. Yeah,
I wouldn't even like sit next to him at a bar. If he was sitting at the
no,
bar, I
no,
wouldn't
the
even sit next to him.
conversation would be horrible. I
Those
think he'd
eyes
be like,
creep me out.
dude,
Yeah, those eyes
he'd
creep
be
me out.
creeping out. He's the kind of he's the guy that creeps out all the girls. I think that's the thing, but not because he's a creep, but just because he's probably talking about some weird, I don't know, some weird existential thing that doesn't make any sense to anybody else but him. I don't know how else to say that.
Guys talking about conspiracy theories.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, but whatever. He's still a good basketball coach. And Boston, I think, is whatever. They're going to be. I don't see them not making the playoffs. I see maybe a playing team, but anyways, they kind of, they still kind of scare me a little bit.
They can
But
still shoot. That's the thing is even without Tatum, they can still shoot,
yeah,
and they're still gonna shoot,
look,
and they're
Derek
still gonna
White
shoot.
is still on that team,
Yeah,
and Derek White can ball out as much as I hate saying that too.
yeah. They're still
So
gonna shoot 45 threes a game. They're still gonna, you know what I mean? It's just
yeah,
the game plan's not gonna change without Tatum, and it's just a matter of like, can they knock down the threes? That's gonna be their mo again, but it's gonna be even more under a microscope because they don't have Jason Tatum, who was their regardless of if you think Brown is one guy, Tatum was their primary ball handler pretty much. He was their facilitator.
Mhm.
The offense kind of ran through him a little too much at times. So I'd be interested to see kind of how the offense flows now because he was a guy who kind of handled the ball a little too much and takes some really like suspect shots.
Mm.
But like
Mm.
when he gets going, it's a pleasure to watch.
Mm.
But I always felt like Jason Tatum was a guy who just I don't know.
Takes bad. He's a
I'll
bad shot taker, huh?
I'll show sometimes with that guy. You know what I mean?
Interesting. I don't know. It'll be fun playing the Magic. I think I don't see how we lose to the Magic. Shout out to Cortez on this one because I mean, who 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 is the point guard for Orlando?
You got Jalen Suggs if he's healthy, Anthony Black, and Tyus Jones.
They're not stopping JB. I'll tell you that right now. So let me see. Who's there too? They got Bain, Desmond Bain. I mean, no. I mean, Mikal Bridges is better than Desmond Bain. I know people are gonna roast me for that because of the numbers, but Mikal Bridges has averaged those numbers and better when he's had to be that guy on the team, like when he was playing for Brooklyn and when he was playing in Phoenix. Like, whatever. Paolo scares me, but I mean that's about it. Ji can't stay healthy. Who's their five?
You have
Wendell Carter.
you have Franz. You have Franz.
Franz is a tough play, man. I'll give it to him. I don't want to admit that either.
He's similar to OG a little bit. He'll get to the rim. Like he's going to do whatever he can to get to the
Oh,
rim a
I
little
don't
bit.
know. I don't
Well, I
know
mean,
if I can put him with
offensively, like
OG.
he's looking to get to the rim. But like OG is a better
I
defender.
think I think he
They
takes
cancel each
bad
other out
shots.
probably.
I don't know if they cancel each other out because I think OG's a better defender than he is, and I think Franz
Right.
takes bad shots. I think he's a bad shot taker. Um,
That's the theme tonight, huh? Bad shot taker.
I I mean, it is what it is. Paolo's. I mean, he's the guy. I don't know who do they have on the bench. The
The
Magic
one
don't have
the
any
gripe
depth on the bench. Like who? I'm trying to think. Like they don't have anybody.
they're no they got some
I mean,
uh
Jamal Mosley's a good coach. I like Jamal Mosley. He's a good coach. But what were the? Hold on. What seed were the Magic last year? 5?
yeah, but they were banged up, man. They were
Were
hurting.
they?
They
Were
got
they banged up?
dude. Paolo missed a bunch of
Oh yeah, that's
Paolo
right. At
and
the
Franz
beginning.
both tore their obliques in the
Yeah,
beginning.
at the
Jalen
beginning.
Suggs
How
didn't
do you
play
do that?
the whole. Jalen Suggs didn't
Yeah.
play the whole year.
Well, Jalen Suggs can't shoot, so like that. I'm not worried about him. That's why they brought in Bain, and that's why they brought in Tyus Jones. You know what I
So you
mean? Like
got so
Jalen
if you're the
Suggs just
Magic,
can't shoot.
if you're Orlando, you got Tristan Da Silva, Jonathan Isaac, Anthony Black. You got Goga Bataze.
I like Goga.
Goga's a
He's
banger.
smart. He's a smart player.
And then obviously young guys like Jet Howard, the rookie Jace Richardson, which I don't think he'll play much this year.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
And then Mo Wagner coming off of an injury, so I don't know when he'll be back. But they got size, they got big guys. It's just I think the
They still don't have any shooting.
I was gonna
I
say
really don't think they have any
that's the
shooting,
thing
and they don't
that
have
was
anybody that
tough to
can run the
see.
point for them. Yeah,
Yeah,
they have no shooting, and they don't have a solid point guard. So they're a young team. They got legs. They'll
they
start
play
off fast.
defense.
They'll
They
start
play
off hot,
defense.
and then they'll fizzle out like they usually do. After the All Star break or right
I mean,
right into the All Star
they're
break.
a
So
historically the last couple of years they're a historically bad second half team. I think
yeah,
after teams make adjustments, I think
yeah,
they've been pretty bad. When it's just like, hey, let's just hound Paolo, hound Franz, and let somebody
that's
else try
it.
to beat us.
Yep, and they can't because these guys just don't know
And
how to shoot.
that's why you bring in Bane. Um, Bane's a guy.
See, I love like KCP was supposed to be that guy for the Magic last year. Like the same thing everybody's saying about Desmond Bain now is what they said about KCP last year, and it did not work out. Can Desmond Bain be that guy with that much responsibility? You know what I mean? Because when you're playing on a team with Jaren Jackson Jr., who's pretty fucking solid, and you're playing on a team with John Morant, who's taken all of the attention. You know, who else is on that team? I mean, they weren't a bad team. Uh the Memphis Grizzlies, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Those are just the two main guys I can think of right now. But um oh, was Dylan Brooks on that squad? I don't
No,
know.
he was in Houston last year.
Okay, that's right, that's right. But yeah, I don't know if he'll be able to step into that role. You know what I mean? Like fill that role. Like
Well,
I think the
the
role might be
difference
bigger
I think the
than just
difference too is Bane's a better rebounder than KCP. And I think there's a lot of times where KCP was brought in for defense, then it's just like stand in the corner on offense. And we'll just like let Paolo and Franz drive and try to kick it to you. And that was kind of his whole like offensive dynamic. He was like the PJ Tucker offense, just stand in the
yeah.
corner.
Well, so what? And Desmond Bain, I guess, can create his own shot. Is that what everybody's saying? That
Yeah, he
he's
can
going to do
handle the
that? I
ball.
mean,
Yeah, he can push the pace a little bit.
I watch a lot of basketball, Paul. I watch a lot of basketball. I get it, and I know everyone else here does too. I get. I'm not trying to come off like some basketball wizard, but listen, man. All right, Desmond Bain had a good season last year. All right, let me know when you get guys that can do that for like 3 or more seasons. Like you got to be consistent. You have to be consistent in this league, and I just don't think he's going to be that guy. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think he's gonna be that guy. The Magic don't really sign players like that. It's not that kind of market down here for them. I don't know how they finagled T Mac off Toronto back in the day. I don't know how they did that, but
I mean,
I don't think anybody knew what T Mac
Desmond
was.
Bane's a
Like,
career
what 18 a game?
18 a game,
Yep.
5 boards, 4 assists,
Or is he at like 17 point something, or is he at 18?
17.8.
See?
But last year was his best
Was his
season.
best season exactly. So now if you can give me 20 plus for 1 year, give me 20 plus this year, give me 20 plus next year. Yeah.
I mean,
Just money.
he almost hit the illustrious
What, 50, 40, 90?
50 40 90 club. Yeah, he was 48% from the field, 39% from three, and 89% from the foul line.
Yeah, that's really good. Now that was just last year.
Yeah.
All right. Now what about the year before?
Well, for his career, he's a 47% field goal percentage, 41% 3 point percentage, and 88% free throw percentage.
Okay.
So,
So
but obviously,
yeah,
like I think
but
it changes a little bit when the volume goes up.
100%.
So that's what you have to look at it is shot volume. But I mean, it's gonna be fun. It'll be fun, man. It's cool to see the buzz for Orlando. So like now when the Knicks come, it's gonna be one of those things where maybe there'll be more Magic
The
fans.
buzz for Orlando. Is there really a buzz?
Hey, they got a taste.
I'm not even trying to be that guy.
They got
Is
it.
there really a buzz? Because I don't see, I'm not gonna lie, man. I do not see, I don't see a look, 09, 08, right? When Dwight Howard was here, um, that that's all you saw were Dwight Howard jerseys and t-shirts everywhere. 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 I do you see the same amount of Paolo and Magic stuff as we saw Dwight Howard stuff?
Uh,
Be honest.
I honestly I couldn't tell you the last time I saw a Palo jersey like in the wild, like when I'm out and about I see a Palo jersey. But like the bigger
So hey,
the
stop
bigger part
telling me
too
there's a
is
buzz in Orlando. All right, I don't want to.
the bigger part is that is like, and you can always tell when these games happen, right? Because I'm sure the the Kia Center or whatever it's called now, I'm sure when the Knicks come to town, it's more Knicks fans than it is Magic fans.
Always,
So
always.
it's just a matter of seeing how that if that gap closes a little bit, are the Magic fans going to come out and support their team? You know what I mean?
No,
Well,
grocery prices are too high.
Got buy my eggs,
Those
brother.
ticket prices skyrocketed too, by the way, if people haven't noticed. So good
Well,
luck.
because the Magic got good, so now their tickets are expensive.
Yeah, that I mean they got
They
all
fucked
right.
up. They fucked up. And made the playoffs 2 years in a row.
Fifth place in the East. I don't know if that's
Hey,
good, but
all you gotta do is make the playoffs, man. Your ticket prices go up.
yeah,
Cost of admission goes up.
you're
All
right
right.
about
So
that.
after that little stretch, we got our first. Actually, after that, we
What the
got
Christmas game?
nope.
Christmas
We got
preview?
the rematch versus the Pacers, December 18th.
Yeah. Well,
Good
that's
old
all.
revenge game.
That's a
No
completely
Halliburton.
different. Yeah, that's a completely
Yeah,
different team. No Miles
Miles
Turner
Turner. Yep.
on there. No, yeah, the Pacers are all right. That's gonna be fun. Psych.
I just hope we stomp them. I just want to stomp them for all they put us through. I just want
Oh,
to.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna stomp them, but I mean, whatever. I want to stomp Halliburton. You know what I mean? Like, give me a break. I can't. I still can't believe we lost to that team.
Then after that, your our first fucking bead game, December 19th versus
Uh,
Philly.
is he? I don't even think he's playing. Is he?
I don't know. I just love
Is
Knicks.
he cleared?
I just love Knicks Sixers games. I just the
Yeah,
crowd's
Knicks
fucking the
Sixers
best.
games are fun. That's gonna be
Especially in the
that's gonna be a
garden.
good
In
game.
the garden, it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, is Paul George even cleared to play
I don't know, man. Does anybody play anymore? I don't even know, bro.
on Philly? I don't know. I'm just saying those guys are just always hurt. Anyways, yeah, I don't
Uh,
know.
then you got Cleveland on Christmas
Hmm.
at home versus Cleveland.
That's going to be a fun in season game. I mean, I think it'll be a good test too. A lot of people always say that's when the NBA really starts is around Christmas.
I
I
love
don't know
Christmas
why they say
basketball,
that.
man. I love
Oh, so
Christmas
do I.
basketball. I just wish the schedule. I wish the slate was better.
Mm,
They got some weird games going on, but I just love Christmas Day and just basketball on all fucking day, bro. Oh, so good.
it is. It's the best. It is the best. Eating leftovers.
And now they
Well,
sprinkle
for
in
me, it's
football with it
leftovers.
too. So now you get NFL
No,
too.
I see. I don't like that. The NFL needs to but it's on Netflix,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
weird. Like
Hmm.
I don't. Oh, you brought this up before. I'm glad I just thought about like what's up with all the streaming services. I know people have been talking about this. You said you don't think the schedule looks bad for the NBA being on
I mean,
NBC,
if
Peacock,
you have the
Prime,
streaming services,
uh,
all the televised games are pretty good.
ESPN. What else do you need? I mean, you need
NBA TV.
NBA TV. You need, it's a disservice to the fan. It's a disservice to the average fan as well, the casual fan, because those are the people you're trying to rope in. You know what I mean? And like, if they're on all these different streaming services, then like, I don't know. I've
Well,
got them all, unfortunately, because I'm
it
a
sucks for a
sucker.
guy like it sucks for someone like it sucks for somebody like you who because if you pay for League Pass, but the Knicks are on one of these streaming services, you can't watch the game.
Yeah, exactly,
It's blacked out.
exactly.
So like you're paying $200 $300 for NBA League Pass,
And then
and then you still
I
have to
can't watch
pay.
them because
You still got to pay for Prime, Peacock,
yep, everything Prime,
ESPN
Peacock,
Plus.
ESPN. It's Disney, whatever, Disney Plus. I'm sure they'll figure something out to put a game on Disney Plus, probably on Christmas or something. I don't know. It's just it's
They'll do
too much,
One of those
man.
Toy Story games where they put them as little
Yeah,
cartoon
like they did
characters.
last year. Yeah, the Knicks and the Spurs were the game last year. But
Yeah.
I don't. It's just it's whatever, man. I mean, I don't have a wife or kids, so I can spend frivolously on streaming networks
On Knicks basketball.
on Knicks basketball. Yeah, exactly.
All right, coming after the first of the year, Knicks got a weird schedule, man. New Orleans.
Mhm.
I think we had our first taste of Wemby on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, December 31st, at San Antonio. That game they had Christmas last year was a fucking game, boy.
Listen, Wemby training with the Shaolin monks. Okay,
Mhm.
Wemby doing the Spurs are gonna be scary. Like I don't I think we're really gonna see a full on healthy Wemby, and the rest of that team isn't bad. You got De'Aaron Fox. Do they still have Steven Castle, or did they trade
Yeah,
Castle
no, I
for
see that Castle.
yeah, they
Yeah,
still got
Castle.
Castle. They what he won Rookie of the
Rookie of the
Year,
year
right?
last year. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
man. Come on. Like
You got
they
So
gotta
Sochan.
yeah, Sochan, that wannabe Rodman kid. Like it's and I mean he's all right. He takes some crazy shots too, now that I think about it. But
Yeah, I can,
you know,
but
just
Wemby, when healthy, is so good, dude.
dude, it's gonna be that team. They're gonna be fun to watch. So I'll probably be watching a lot of Spurs games too. There's yeah, I'll probably click them on there. It's great.
We get January 5th. We get our first shot back at Detroit after the
Mm,
incredible playoff series that was. Be interested to see
they
how,
scare me.
especially if they're healthy, man. If they have Jade and Ivy back 100%, that just adds depth to that team. They're Cade Cunningham, Sir Thompson.
Hmm.
That team is scary, man. Young, exciting team. So that should be a good one. Again, all these games I'm mentioning are on a streaming service, so you better make sure you're good to go.
Monty Williams still coaching there, right?
Yeah, I
In
believe
Detroit.
so.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
believe
bro.
so.
They're gonna be a tough team. Cade Cunningham is tough.
Real tough.
I It's just crazy.
Real fucking
If he
tough.
can take
Okay.
another step from what he did last year, it's going to be insane.
Mm.
Yeah, they're going to have a sick backcourt.
We got the Clippers. Kawhi plays when he wants. I know
Mm.
he's been having a hell of an off season, that guy. So
Hey, listen, have you
shout out
been keeping
shout
up
out Kawhi. Yeah.
and like shout out? I know shout out to Pablo Torre, right? Because
What a journalist that guy is, huh?
bro, the Mark Cuban episode that dropped today. That's all I got to say. I mean, this whole thing with Steve Ballmer and circumventing the salary cap and this shell company is just so crazy, and it makes all of it makes sense, but it's just crazy to see like Mark Cuban kind of like defending. Well, I mean, it's not. I guess it's not crazy.
Billionaires defend billionaires, bro.
Yeah,
That's his
yeah.
homie. That's his
Oh
homie.
my.
You got to defend the richest owner in sports, but it's also the fact that like that they're saying that this kind of a situation can open it up for other teams that have potentially done it, and like the Knicks have been mentioned in
Mhm.
this kind of stuff. So
Yup.
it we'll see, bro. But it's just funny, man. It cracks me up every time. All of this carbon credits and all this
Yeah.
weird shit, dude. Oh my god,
I
guy
don't know.
has a guy got a bunch of money to do nothing. Like if he
Yeah,
would have just planted a single tree, it'd be fine. Like just one.
dude, they didn't even have trees to plant.
Right, but all he had to do was
But
just
did it.
take a picture of him in his
Oh,
backyard, and he'd be fine. Nobody would care.
oh my goodness.
Oh
I
Lord.
love it.
Let's see. Phoenix, I think is going to stink. Portland, Sacramento, get Dallas
Phoenix, yeah,
again,
that's gonna be tough. Phoenix is what are they doing, man?
and then February 1st, man, we get
No.
the LeBron James
Mm,
potentially
Luca.
Luca slash I'm suing the Lakers because LeBron made me think that he was going to retire and he just signed a deal with the VSOP or whatever it was he was doing. You hear about that?
No, what are you talking
so
about? Who's
so
doing the
he
Lakers? Luca?
so no so LeBron posted he was doing another one of his announcements,
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, like
and
I didn't see what the
it was
announcement was
just
about. I'm like, all right,
and
whatever.
it was just him signing a partnership with Hennessy.
Oh, all right.
So some fan is suing LeBron James or the Lakers for like emotional distress because he thought that it was going to be LeBron announcing his retirement or that he was going to leave the Lakers.
Yeah, nah, dog. That's a no for me, dog. Like,
But like
what
if
are
you're
you
LeBron, like
what?
that's what happens. I don't take anything LeBron does with a grain of salt, bro. The guy is just like he's
No.
going to just be a spectacle. And
What is it?
whether he thinks he's trying to meme himself by doing it all over again, I don't know, but it's just funny.
No,
I
that's
don't know.
so dumb. Yeah, no,
But
I wouldn't have fallen
we
for
get
that. Yeah,
Braun Luca Magic in the Garden on February 1st.
yeah, that's my mom's birthday too, so that's gonna oof. Mom,
Best part
she's
about that
missing me.
game. Best part about that game, it's on a Sunday, so it's going to be
Oh,
NBA on NBC.
oh my goodness, it's on a Sunday.
We're
That
going to get
oh, all
the
right, it's a
prime
night
time
game.
squad.
Good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure we have an
Yeah,
early
7
Sunday
p.m.
birthday
Yeah,
dinner
the 7 p.m. game. Yeah.
so I can watch this
But
game.
other than that, man, like the rest of the schedule is just like, again, it's just a matter of how good is Boston going to be you have Denver peppered in there a little bit. You play Milwaukee,
Hmm.
and then you finally get OKC
Yeah, Denver in March.
towards
I
the
think I'm going to be
yeah.
in that game in Denver, actually.
You get Denver in March, as well as so in March they got San Antonio, OKC.
Hmm.
Then they go at Lakers, at Clippers, at Pacers. Then they end the month at OKC. But the end of their final like 5 games is Chicago, Atlanta, Boston, Toronto, and Charlotte.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Like I said, whatever. I think we'll win 50, 52, 53 games. If we win anything more than 55, I'll be shocked. Honestly,
I
I
think
just think
winning that.
it's
I think
tough.
winning any more than that is just there's no reason to really. I don't think. I think with Boston being in the position that they're in, I don't see Cleveland coming out like they did last year, winning a bunch of games. They'll win a bunch of games, but they're not going to come out and go on a tear like last year. Um, the middle tier teams of the Eastern Conference are pretty like they're going to beat up each other. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
it's gonna be a lot of just beating up each other. So like as the Macho Man Randy Savage, I think the cream of the crop is going to rise to the top a little bit. You know what I mean?
Pull out a little creamer.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. So it's just like when you look at the Eastern Conference, aside from Cleveland, I mean, the Knicks just I think based off of this schedule and their overall health, they're easily a 50 to 55 win team again. I don't think it's anything too crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. If they get anything close to the 60 range, I'd be shocked.
I
Just
wouldn't want it
because
honestly. I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want to see that.
just because I mean I don't know. I mean they can get on a roll, but I think there are too many intangibles, right? Injuries. I think there'll be some surprise teams. Um,
I think part of it for me is after that OKC game on March 29th,
hmm,
like I want them to be in a spot where they can kind of rest some guys a little bit that last like week and a half. Like not have to run Brunson and Cat a whole bunch versus like Chicago and Toronto and
yeah,
Charlotte. You know what I mean? So it's like you might drop one of those, but like it wouldn't matter. You know what I mean? Like I hope we're in a situation where like we can do that, something like that, where like those last like 3 or 4 games aren't going to matter, whatever. But
it'd be
lock,
nice.
secure home court.
Yeah,
Obviously, that's a
yeah,
huge advantage for us. Um, but yeah, man, I'm just excited, man. We're the 22nd can't come fast enough, pal.
yep. I heard
That's it.
that.
With that
Heard
being
that.
said, we'll end on this note. Based off Hard Rock Bet, the New York Knicks are plus 850
I
to
saw
win the
that.
title. So
That's
that's the
ridiculous.
fourth. That's the fourth highest odds behind OKC, Denver, and Cleveland.
Whatever, man. I am not a gambling man at all. Like I hate it, especially when it comes to my own team, because I just feel like it's just a jinx. I'm just a jinx anytime I do anything with money and the Knicks. Fourth highest odds, huh? That's interesting. Cleveland is before them. See,
Yep.
that's wild. See, that's why
I think it's because they stayed together for the most part. They're the same team
yeah,
last year. You
but
know
the
what I mean?
Knicks did get better. I don't know, but 850, yeah, no, I don't
I
like
think
that.
I think I just think that someone had
I
to
don't like,
eat the Boston odds. So I think like the Knicks and the
yeah.
Cavs probably just ate up some of the Boston odds as they dealt with injuries and traded off half their team. So
We're the Magic.
I'll tell you right now. Let's find out.
Before we
Orlando.
sign off, real quick. And I'm not a Magic hater, all right? I'm just a Magic realist, everybody, okay? I live in Orlando. I want to see the city thrive, obviously, but
Saul
I
does
just
not
see
believe in magic. He thinks it's all fake.
all these delusional fans are just out of control sometimes.
The Magic are plus 2,250.
Oh, hey man, put
So
put $100 down on them to win.
sorry, I guess I should have said
You
fourth
never know.
lowest odds for the Knicks. Yeah, but yeah, the Magic are plus. So if you look at the numbers, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hmm.
Upper third.
Hmm.
And honestly, they're the third Eastern Conference team. Every other team
Yeah,
above them is Western Conference. So we got OKC, Denver, Houston. Houston's really fucking good.
because
I
of
forgot about
KD.
Houston.
Yeah, because of KD and Amen Thompson and Sengun.
Shengun,
Yeah,
yeah.
they'll be good. We'll see.
Minnesota. The Lakers up
Minnesota's
there
still gonna be
somehow.
tough, man. Anthony Edwards is tough. So what are you gonna, what do you can't hmm.
Yeah. It's why we play the
The West
game,
is gonna
brother.
be tough. Yeah, the West is gonna be tough.
The West is always out here
Be
throwing out
good.
haymakers to each other. But again, let them beat up each other, you know what I mean?
Facts.
But yeah, man, that's what we got, man. Knicks ready to tip it off on the 22nd. I just want to thank my man Saul. If you want to shout out your socials, any plugs you got going on, what you got?
Ooh, shout outs, quick shout outs. Shout out to the Balls on our court podcast. You know what I mean? Thanks for having me on. Shout out to Get It How You Live. We're cooking up a new episode. Don't worry, it's in the works. Just takes some time sometimes with sensitive subjects. So we got to make sure everything's on point. But yeah, so shout out to Emily, shout out to Ross, my co-host on the show. And that's about it, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Where can
Thanks
they
for
where can
having
they
me.
uh where can they interact with you? Where you at? You're
Um,
still
yeah, I mean, holler at me on. Well, no, you know what? I'm not on Twitter, man. I left the Twitterverse. I'm on Blue Sky.
okay.
I don't know if anyone
Okay.
else is on Blue
Okay.
Sky or not, but you can follow me on Blue Sky. Solly D is on Blue Sky. Same thing on IG as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it right now. Get It How You Live podcast is available on all platforms, and check it out. It's Get It How You Live with a U. Holla.
You can send all your hate mail over to
Yeah, yeah,
Saul.
yeah. Send it over this way. Send it over this way.
He loves for it. But man, I'm on X. I don't really use it a whole lot. I'll be tapped in for basketball season though, but I'm on
Oh my God, X. I called it Twitter. Sorry. Yeah.
the_Paul_Mac. I'm on Instagram at thepaulmac520. You can follow the podcast at BIOC Podcast on YouTube, Twitter, um, TikTok, Instagram. On Facebook, it's Balls in Our Court Podcast. Um, Cracking out a lot of episodes this week, so be ready to have yourself some content. Check us out on Underground Radio, radiate.fm on Thursdays. We get an hour on there every Thursday. Um, we're working on getting some of the straight audio stuff worked out. We're on most streaming platforms. For some reason, the link to Spotify broke. Might be part of them ice
Oh,
ads they got going on. I don't know what they got going on over there, but
whoa.
but we're still everywhere else, man. I said YouTube's the big one. Shorts are king, so you can find our shorts on every platform: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. But yeah, man, just appreciate you guys. Give us a follow, give us a shout. Thank you,
Peace.
Saul.
Thank you for
And
having me.
I'm gonna play us out with a little bit of round ball rap.